Hello, good day everyone. My name is Elvis Oba, and I am really very excited to have you here because this is going to give you an industry insight of what it means to be a UI UX designer out there when you finally land your dream role. Before we get started, I would like to introduce myself. I don't know if I've told you my name before, but my name is Elvis Oba. I am a product designer and currently the lead product designer for Fresh Start Science, a United States NGO. While I will be making this video, you'll be hearing some noise here and there. That's because I'm not working from my studio. I am currently outside and I really needed to do this video. So, like I was telling you, I participated fully in the ideation of the project. Not really from the ideation because I was given a design brief, but I participated fully from the start to the finish of the project, and I'm currently managing the design system of the project now that we have handed over to the dev team, and we are currently iterating to make sure we get the best out of the project. So I will not really be discussing much about the project because I signed some non-disclosure agreements with the company, but I'm going to be using it as a reference point to show you what we'll be working on in this challenge. And before we also get started, I will also want to explain the reasons why you are doing this challenge, especially as a newbie designer who just freshly graduated from a boot camp, is to keep your hands dirty and give you a little insight of what it means to be a designer in the industry, and what the industry looks like, especially if you'll be designing tools or working with a tooling company, because many of us feel or think that UI UX design borders only on landing pages, e-commerce and fintech designs. While we may be getting roles or gigs from this company, it is also very important to know that UI UX doesn't just focus on fintech. There are a lot of tooling businesses. People are going to come up with ambiguous, crazy ideas, and it is your job to package it and digitalize it into a usable system. You understand? I don't know if I really made sense here, because there are a lot of people who have really crazy solutions and really crazy problems that they will really need to work on. So let's not waste your time. I'm not really going to waste your time, but I'm going to drive into the business of the day. So I'll be using this challenge and then Fresh Start Science to show you example of what we'll be working on. So my project is still drafted, but let me open it. The topic or the title of this project is AI-Powered POS System. It is targeted to work for business owners because I am also a business owner and I understand what it means to manage a business with structure, and you would need tools like this to work it out. So there is one problem that many Nigerian businesses are facing, is lack of documentation, and then we have a lot of criminals as staff members or who are willing to run your business down. So this POS system or point of sale system is going to help you monitor your business, structure your business, and make you channel all your income and revenue into one stream that nobody can take away from you, even when you are in or outside or out of your business. So now small businesses are facing these problems, and you are expected to read the details and descriptions of this project if you look at this project, you will notice that there is a curriculum and requirements from you, and then if you go to the resources, you will see everything that is needed of you from this project to do. So as a designer, you need to relax and read up, because when you find yourself in the industry, you can have actually worked on a project where I was given 58 pages of project description, and I had to relax and read it first, and first of all understand what is required of me to do. So it is also important that you relax and read from either your employer or your financier. So now, I'm sure you must have read this project. It is the same thing as you find in your resources, except that the guide is not here, so which you will find in this video. So now, these are the things you are expected to do in this design. First of all, like I said earlier, the design is grouped in stages, and the stages must be well documented to make a professional design. So the first stage is your user survey. You are expected to do a thorough user survey, ask questions and create questionnaires, question and answers for the people who are facing these issues. Like as you can see, it says conduct a survey to get real-time data and properly document it. The reason why we are asking for documentation of all this is because it shows your design thought process, and it will help you understand the following: if the design you are planning to embark on is even feasible or marketable or needed in the first place. So it's help you to know if the design you are working on is a problem that is worth solving or marketable. It will help you to also learn if it's an actual problem to solve or not. It will help you understand the exact user pain point and solve the problems of who need the app accordingly. So the stage 2 of this design is that you are expected to do a competitive analysis and study and document the product's competition. If there are people who are already doing the project or who have already done the project, you are expected to find out how they were able to do it, find out their strengths. You are expected to do your previous competitors, what your previous competition are doing, find out their SWOT analysis, their strengths, their weakness, your opportunities and your threats in the market as you are embarking on the design you're already working on. Also find out how the business is already solving these problems without a POS system, and see if you can find a way to add it to your solution. Draw your personas from these businesses. What I mean by personas is fake users, or maybe the current user. You can either do it fake or not fake, anyhow you want to do it. You are expected to also do your empathy mapping and ideate, create your ideas from your empathy. Find out the main problems or pain points before using your app and document them accordingly. You can use a minimum of 3 or more personas for this. Draw a problem statement after empathizing with your users and define the solution for your users. Depending on the ideation approach, list multiple ideas on how to solve these problems with your team. You can either use AI or you can use a team, however you want to do it, but make sure you do your ideations, because it's a step that must be documented also. So one of the last approaches to take, the last stages, is your information architecture, your sitemaps and your user flows. Every UI UX designer knows that if you are able to do your research and get your information architecture and sitemaps and user flows accordingly, you have already solved the problem you are working on. All you need now is to translate all this into a usable design. So you are expected to create your design system, your lo-fi design, your wireframes, component designs, and then the main UI. So before you do all this, before you jump into your Figma, these are the stages you are expected to document. And like, we need proper documentation of these stages while you are working on your design. And it shows, like I said earlier, it's going to show your design thought process, your design thinking process, and how you got your final design.